God damn it. Let's continue with our theme of everything being in the way. Let's get some more stuff out of the way. Oh, you fuck. Swear to God, I don't know why I do this to myself. I don't know why. Because eventually it makes some freaking body happy. Knee pads, knee pads. I need to get knee pads. A mess. this coat here primarily help me get adhesion to the wall. Ensure that what I do put up has something solid to hang on to. Also, it's going to fill in some of those voids between the brick and the mortar. Still giving me a more solid substrate. It's all over with. There may be a couple things here and there, like that chip that I gotta knock out. It's usually not too big a problem. And we're just gonna take this all the way to that corner. Here I'm just spreading it. Spreading it. And I go with my big roll coat. You know, that out. You gotta get comfortable. Doing some of this stuff yourself. Maybe not as much as this, but you gotta get your hands dirty on your own house sometimes. All right, so now I'm gonna mix this again, some more, and so this time we're gonna throw that texture, aka the tooth side of the trowel. All right, we're gonna do that all the way across, all the way up. Plenty of mud. All over the whole thing. We're gonna warn it. All those lines can lay down, flatten out behind there. All right. Like getting sticky. Oh, well, that wasn't comfortable. So, oh Lord. It looks like we are a little bit long, and we got kind of a limited shelf life on this stuff. Dry out. So what we're going to do is just grab a tool, cut the rest of it short before it starts to set up and our board doesn't stick. Then we have to remix that mud and everything. So I'm moving a little bit fast. All right. Now, just gonna cut off what we don't need on that side. Always cut your drywall a little bit short. Dang it. Lord, I swear this phone. Doing. This is why they say prep is everything. Solve these problems before you get them. Because it is no fun fixing stuff under the gun If not, let's see if we worked it out. Well, we're on the wall, but over here we're getting a whole different problem. So what I'm going to do is cut this stuff, because that's going to be easier to do. It's going to get me in my space better and faster. All right, now, unfortunately, we're racing the clock, so I'm going to have to cut. Somewhat raggedy little line, because I'm in a hurry. I didn't prep. We really don't have a choice at this point. What is this guy doing, man? Doesn't know at all. It's not how you do any of that. This dude's a jerk. My boss says, or is the bottom trying to kick out? Top is grabbing great. Freaking bottom is trying to kick out. I think my board itself is warped because I'm getting good adhesion over there. That's gonna mean some kind of shim, something to wedge in. Stupid board. Stupid board is wavy. That means I'm gonna have to get the drywall screws faster than I thought. Then I'm gonna have to get some kind of wedge down low. Keep those in place. That sucks. Again, we're racing the clock because we cannot let that get dry. We got some drywall screws to fasten the top of that. Get the bottom in place where we want it to be, at least. Let that help wedge it, I guess. And these are not straight yet. They're not flush yet. They're not anything yet. I'm gonna push a toolbox over there in that corner. See if I can force that in and get it to stay because of the weight. The rest of it seems like it's going sort of okay. We'll put a wedge in that corner. Just a little drywall wedge. Keep that bottom tucked in nice and tight. It's not going to take a lot. All right. Now, looks like for the most part, got what we want, short of this gap. This is the gap. We're not going to concern ourselves with waterproofing or anything like that. In fact, it's going to kind of be on the outside rather than the rim of the shower. Could, but shouldn't get a lot of moisture. But we're also going to probably extend our tile out beyond this edge. We want to fill that in anyway, make it smooth in the transition. And we will put some tape on that when it's time to do that. Right now, I'll also do that and put some weight up against that thing. Possible. You always want full adhesion. Now, then we would have more drywall that needs to go around there. We could put that together. Oh, I'm itching like crazy. Something bit me in the head. Ouch. So I'm going to drop in a few fasteners down low on this other side, just so that we can have that solidly in place, so that we can start putting in our that way we can go ahead and start putting in our base waterproofing. Like I'm right about here. All right. So I'm going to turn you around so you can see that. Again, all I can do is apologize for the lack of ability to monitor this camera very well in such a small space. But I hope you can see some of it. And there's always going to be some tile guy employees or some guy somewhere who was a little too mean to them at work and taught them the trades by being nasty and hostile. So do not fret when those guys come in here to tell us how wrong I'm doing everything. That just means they don't know. They're trusting a system that somebody else came up with, and that's admirable if you don't understand the physics involved. But if you do, then it's pretty obvious everything I'm doing here is fine. But if you only know one system and you rely on the manufacturer warranty, you will have no idea what's going on here. And that's okay. It's all right not to know stuff. Just don't pretend to. All right, so now I'm going to get more mud. Shout out to my lovely wife who just finally threw a whole dozen boxes downstairs for me instead of the trash can. That's fine. On a positive note, she does, let me touch her boobs. So that's a pretty sweet deal, This is right there. Yes, we're cramped. And when we are cramped, we're clumsy. Crap everywhere. Let's get another fun pair of gloves. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Bra-bra-ba-ba-ba. Bra-bra-ba-ba. Jumping all over the place because one thing is related to the next thing. Can't waterproof to that edge over there if I haven't put this drywall up. I want to extend my waterproofing to that edge. And I wanted to make sure this is stuck securely to the wall before I did put this banding on. And then, of course, same set of circumstances exist over there. So now we're going to grab our plumbing for the cap that's going to go in that hole. And that's going to be here outside of the bathroom because obviously that's how I roll. All right, so now we're going to send our attention downhill. And some of this, y'all, again, I apologize again ahead of time. Some of this is approximate. I don't know how well you can see me because I can't monitor as well from here. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my plug out of the hole. And here we got a couple of ways we can go with this. This is one. Oh, that looks like it might not line up right. 1, 2. That won't line up right, that flange. Let's try this one. Seems 2. All right. Well, we got a little chiseling to do right here. We're going to plug our hole again. And we'll plug it with this. And then we're going to just chip away a little bit of that extra that we don't need there. Now I'm going to just use the edge of this trowel Sort of adds that sugar. And as I go around, I'm just going to taper. I'll be on an angle the whole way because this is what we needed to move the water across the floor to the drain. But it is not a part of our waterproofing per se. And I'm also going to be careful once I'm done here. This stuff is like soft concrete. You know, until you put your thin set on it and all that stuff, it's always sort of malleable. So what I'm doing here, tapering down to the height I need. And then once I'm at the height I need for my flange to actually get in here, then I'm okay. But not until then. I'm just going to ride this rim all the way around. Because it's okay as long as this makes it into the pipe. Our actual drain itself, we can raise up, no problem. And I'm taping this best I can so that I don't have a whole lot of wrinkles in my material as I go. I don't want to put too heavy a bend on anything. Just keep wiping that stuff away. And we're going to do this until we get down to where we need to be. A couple extra minutes of tedium, but necessary part. All right, that's it. That's what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do, boy. So we're going to sweep all of this out real quick. Clean it up inside of there. And then we're going to trowel down our thin set. Then we're going to put on our membrane. And then we're going to smooth all of it out. And that'll take it to the corners. We'll wrap our corners and we'll have a waterproof shower pan without having a big dumb piece of plastic in it. Shock. Let's grab the old spider broom. Get all of this out and away from hell. Hope y'all are having a happy Sunday. It's a nice day here. It's a little rainy, but trees need that. Grass needs that. We need that. So even that's a blessing. Now, I am going to have also some stuff to scrape out of here. Some of that mortar that bedded itself down while we were doing the other stuff, but should release some of this stuff pretty easily because of its sand-like quality. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get the screws for this, clamp this drain down and get it ready to go down. And we'll just fasten that stuff in. And once we get that on there, we'll find those drain holes. Let me clean them out real fast. Ugh. Talking about these little weep holes that I gotta put the screws in. All right. All right, took care of that. Now our next thing is to get those bolts for it. We're gonna have to go to our plumbing box. For that, come out here. What's up, laundry? Those bolts be everywhere. So let me find them, or a set of them. Thought I had a set right here, but doesn't appear to be the case. So I'm gonna grab some from elsewhere and I'll be right the heck back. So okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thought it was a horse wheel, took a beating for that. Thought a horse wheel, horse cause of one. Horse cause away my look. Train bolts, party time, excellent. This is what happens when you're pretty much reliant on scrap material, leftover stuff. You forget where you put it because you didn't buy it all at once and put it all in the same place. You're just like, oh, I got one of those. Oh, I got one of those. Oh, I got one of those. And so now, I don't see my bolts, peoples. I don't see them anywhere. Should have had them. Ugh. Technically, I can put it in without them. A little sketch, though. I'm being honest. Bummer. You just have to put this down. And we'll come over top of it. We'll tighten it over. We'll put the drain in, all that stuff. But we're just going to have to go ahead and get started. Let's see how wide our fabric is. That'll be excellent. That'll be fine. That'll be enough to go up and do what we're trying to do. But one of the things we're also trying to do, mix up some mortar. So go ahead and do that. That almost fell on my head. In my head, on my head, on my head, on my head, on my head. If only I had a towel guy in here telling me I was doing it wrong. If there is one in the chat, y'all, make sure you give him a cookie. And let him know how proud we are that he knows something. Or she. Goofballs will show up in all the flavors, neighbors. We're gonna mix this with hot water too. And that ought to be plenty. Now, I am no Schluter rep or anything. I'll say this about the company. They say pretty much you put this system on anything, on almost any surface, and they warranty what you did. So long as you did it according to their specs. This is not. It's gonna work. Because it's gonna work. Because it's always worked. So I'm gonna get my trowel cleaned up a little bit. So I get the teeth exposed and available so I can scratch in my pattern and get enough thickness on my mortar. That's basically what these little teeth always are. Just kind of a depth finder for your mortar. Yeah, it might be easier to start over here, work my way back. again, pros might come in here again and talk about what they have to do to manage their warranties. That's fine, and that's fair. But I do know how to manage mine pretty good. Out of the way. We'll start aggravating me this early. And I'm just gonna keep pulling this out. And keep pulling this towards the back side. This is kind of another opportunity to smooth, not taper, Keep everything going the right way, so to speak. Yeah, we want full adhesion the entire way. That means full coverage the entire way. Whatever doesn't have full coverage is not waterproof or warranted. Now, over at my house, I know what I'm doing. But if you're trying to learn it and don't yet know what you're doing, take heed. Those this warnings. Now, I'm also going to do is get off of it. And wherever I can already, go ahead and fold over and get stuck. Roll back the excess just to get it out of the way. While we do that, these need to be, magic word, class, fully adhered. Yes, you have learned well, my students. Full adhesion is the way. You want to work out any bubbles under there. Far back as you can. Heavy-handed as you can. Tighten those corners as you can. Now, still going to be a little soft under there, so you don't want to be on there long if you're on there at all. You are going to be making little dents that you're going to have to work out. Now, I'm going to empty out the rest of my bucket. It may be enough, it may not. If it is, hip hip hooray. If there's not, we got some more. Still not tripping. This is going to be real close. Yeah, not gonna be quite enough. Let's go ahead and mix up some real fast. Make it better. Get out of the way. Sit here. Come on. But sometimes I wash these gloves too, just because I'm getting mortar on everything. It was weird not being able to talk to the chat. There's just no way I got room in this little space to add another anything, let alone a monitor. So, stepping on the stuff as we speak. This mix is a little thinner than what we would be using some things on our tile, right? If I were behaving like any sort of professional, I'd have all this stuff out of here. It's just, everything's in the way. And because it's all in the way, make it harder to do a good job. Certainly not good for my mental well-being. So, get some of that stuff out of here. Maybe could have kept the trowel I'm working with. So I had a knife in here. Don't now. Maybe another one of those wonderful days. The key is to not puncture or anything with your membrane at all if you can help it. One side of that joint right there, put some mud. You build that joint. It has to be tiled. Some more mud on the back side of that too. Or else it also doesn't work. Back here, finish that back corner, same way. Flatten all this out. Heavy pressure. Pull all of these knee marks out that I've made. Any little dips. Any voids. Any bubbles. I'm going to be meticulous about this. That's enough that we can put our drain in there if we need to, when we need to. And so far, so good. All right, I'm gonna cool out for a second because I don't want to disrupt this anymore. That's our Schluter pan, waterproofing down. Boards and the walls are already waterproof. As long as it's solid, that pretty much can be it. I'm gonna go with some drywall up over there. Probably do that today. I'm gonna let that drywall set because that's adhered to the wall because that's concrete behind it as well. And then we'll screw some drywall up here. These studs go behind here. Maybe pull this toilet so that we can put the drywall behind there. Frame that out. And we can start doing that. We got a couple sheets over there. We ain't got a bunch, but we got a couple. It might be enough to get 2 more walls done in here. Maybe all the walls, probably none of the ceilings yet. We'll let this dry out because we're going to have to walk on that to do any of the ceiling stuff. I'm tired. I don't know why. Let me check the chat right quick. Put the biscuits on the shower pan. Sorry, number 5. Don't understand what you mean. Totally just kidding. Sorry. It's okay. We was thinking there was a real biscuit thing. I never heard of that. No problems. Glad y'all enjoying yourselves in the chat, man. Sorry, I wasn't here for all of you. Hi, Raspberry. Hey, Sonia. Hi, Woodchucker. Caleb in here. Ian was in here. Some was in here. I appreciate y'all, man, for hanging out with me. Like I said, I'm gonna just chip away at this thing all day, piece at a time. This thing's dry. As I get motivated, I gotta cut this wall out to right here and rip that all the way up. Establish a header up there as well. But it's all good for now. I'm happy. Keep going. See y'all in a bit. Peace.